I'm following the instructions. On the left-hand side, I've got the instructions written by GPT about like how to do record of task thing, add a select student field to the display. So I'm going in order. First, I create the new form element in forms.py. Then I go through and add the references to that form to the display.html. Then I'm going to head back to the app.py and add a part in the root, in the /display root, which creates the form and then passes that form down to the HTML through render template. And here I'm asking the large language model about the proper syntax for the query statement. In Flask SQL Alchemy, there are many ways to write equivalent query. And there's also many different places where you can perform that query from. One of the things we're discussing here is whether we should make a separate utility function, a separate utility library, or even attach the query as a method to the class itself. I asked the GPT about the syntax for the query. My original question where I said record.query.filter student name equals filter name, that's right if I use the function filter_by. Query.filter_by is more direct, where you just say the field name and the value you want it to match to. The larger version where you do record.query and then .filter and then put inside a parameter like record.studentName is a more precise one, which is especially useful when you are going to make queries across multiple tables, which is a thing that happens a lot. But the important thing is however you create the query itself, it is now an object. So once we've done it, we say take this query object and add the .all parameter and just stick that into a Python variable. Here it's the same thing we used later, it's tasks. This way we can use the same render template function where we do that tasks equals tasks to pass data from Python down to HTML. And if you can use the same line whether we are using the every record or the ones filtered to just a particular student. I didn't figure it out until after the video, but the reason why the pull-down menu wasn't showing was I was using that size equals 20 parameters. That meant that my default list was showing 20 variables. I want it to be 1. I want it to show 1, and that's what makes the rest of it a pop-down list.